do our best. From the bleachers, cheering loud, a father and his child. Every driver, heart aflame, and adrenaline runs wild. It's the circle track showdown on the dusty, dry, slick ground. Four wide, side by side, with glory to be found. Hammer down, around we go, looking for more speed. This ain't no asphalt ballet, and nothing's guaranteed. Cars running on the high side, looking for more grip, drifting sideways and holding tight, trying not to flip. Rubbing fenders, bumping doors, ain't no time for doubt. Pushing hard past the limit, we're truly going all out. It's the circle track showdown on a dusty, dry, slick ground. Four wide, side by side, with glory to be found. Hammer down, around we go, looking for more speed. This ain't no asphalt ballet, and nothing's guaranteed. Checkered flag flapping in the breeze. Heart is pounding, mud is flying, bringing us to our knees. Cross the line, a thunderous cheer, victory has been claimed. King of the track, the champion here, the track has been tamed. It's the circle track showdown on the dusty, dry, slick ground.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready to rock and roll here for the season finale of the Circle Track Showdown here from Lucas Oil Speedway. As drivers jump in onto the racetrack, each and every one of them looking to try to put themselves up into victory lane here for this season finale. Wanted to finish it off strong, knowing that in a couple weeks' time, we start our new season here at the always amazing Wednesday night street fights, and it will be points on the line, there'll be money on the line, there'll be bragging rights and much more on the line for the new series. So this one, no points, no nothing but bragging rights and just having some fun on Wednesday nights, and that's all coming to a close as we'll get into the intensity and the crazy action of our invite-only series coming up here in a couple weeks' time. But for these drivers, they'll be looking to have themselves a good day here at the Speedways. We do see Leo Lemire, hopefully I'm getting that right, Leo there in that beautiful Scott Bloomquist paint scheme rolling out there on the racetrack is qualifying underway. Each and every driver hoping to try to make their way into the A main feature event. No one wanting to go home early. Everyone wants to have a shot at racing here this evening. As Ty Ralph out there on the racetrack ready to rock and roll, as KC McLean says good luck tonight, guys, cheering on all the drivers here this evening for what should be another absolutely amazing show. Should be another amazing race. And right now it is Marco's pace with the quick time here in qualifying. Marco's looking pretty strong, pretty good here in this one, and man, this is going to be pretty interesting to see if he can try to put himself up and into victory lane. It's going to be a tough fight. It's going to be a long night. It's going to be fun and interesting to see who can put themselves up and in to victory lane here this evening for what is going to be an absolutely amazing show, man. These guys always putting together a great race, some great action, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see how this series comes to a close here tonight. So as we get ready to set them loose, we get ready to go to battle, they should get a quick little warm-up session right here. They're going to get a couple opportunities to jump out there onto the racetrack, make sure that their cars are absolutely perfect, make sure they got the right setups in, they got the right tires, and they got right everything else to work out perfectly for them. As Playford Sheets, Playford coming in, showing the love here in this one. How are you, Playford Sheets? Coming in, dropping that like on the stream. How are you, Playford Sheets? Showing the love here this evening. Mark Simons also coming in. Simmons coming in with that like on the stream. Jeremy Vaughn Racing coming in with that heart reaction. What is good, Jeremy? Dave Morgan also coming in with that heart reaction here on the broadcast. Says, let's go Sextons. Cheering on the Sextons here this evening. Jeremy Vaughn says, we here tonight, and then we'll be natty bound at the end of this month here for the real car. Let's go, baby. Natty bound. I did see that, brother. That's absolutely amazing. Congrats on getting the invite and going natty bound, man. That's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be interesting to see what you can do and how you're going to be able to put yourself into, maybe a national win, man. That'd be absolutely insane. As you do see Jacob Sexton strolling out there onto the racetrack. James Ellington and his TNT Racing number 33 slides out there, as well as Dustin Hennigan. We see all these drivers trying to get some laps in, trying to work on their ride, trying to make sure that they are perfect. There is that natty bound ride right there. Mr. Jeremy Vaughn in attendance here this evening, as Vaughn will be not only racing here tonight and racing, I do believe, in our Wednesday series coming up, but he'll also be going to the Nationals, man. The USRA, I do believe, the USRA National Race in his dirt street stock here, and not too long from now, end of the month. So that's going to be very, very exciting. Going to be very fun to see what Jeremy is able to do there, as that's going to put on a hell of a show. As Tyler Ryan out there, that beautiful 47 ride, ready to rock and roll. Marcos Pace, the other 47 right there behind him in his Sexton paint and body number 47 machine. I'm getting very much Christmas vibes with that red and green combo on that machine, man. If it was white, red, and green, whoo, baby, that'd be Christmas all day on that 47 ride. As Mark Peruzzi, how are you, Mark coming in, showing the love with that like on the stream. How are you, Mr. Peruzzi? Good to see you in the chat here this evening. As Tim Taylor, what's good, Timmy coming in, sits watching from the Gulf Coast. I pick my little buddy Ty Ralph. You picking Ty Ralph? Oh, that's a good pick, man. Ty's always fast, man. Always fast. Always interesting to see what Ty can do out there on the racetrack. But Mark, how are you, brother? Mark coming in with that like on the stream. Ben Bebo, my old man. Father, how are you? Ben coming in, showing the love with that thumbs up on the broadcast as well. How are you, Dad? Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful Wednesday, as we'll get each and every one of these drivers ready to rumble, ready to go to battle here, as this warm-up session quickly coming to a close. Each and every one of these drivers, though, they're making sure their cars are absolutely perfect. Good to see Will Bridge back out there on the racetrack as well. We see Bridge out there rolling in that 53 ride, ready to see if he can work his way up in towards victory lane. As Mark says, long time. It has been. At least it feels like it's been a long time, Mark. That's for certain, brother. But hey, we love that you're here now. We love to see that you're in the comments section, ready to see some great racing here on a Wednesday night. As man, the summer series is about to come to a close, and fall racing's about to come to action here. And with that being said, man, that means real life racing's about to slow down. That means the sim racing is about to pick up. It's about to heat up, and we're about to get ready to see some absolute amazing shows, some absolutely amazing series, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see what's in store over the next couple months and what kind of crazy series we can get into. That's going to be a lot of fun, man. It's going to be some great racing for everybody here in the next couple coming months, and throughout the winter time, going to be some absolute amazingness here on Peacemaker Gaming. As we see all these drivers, they continue to work on their cars, continue to make sure that they are perfect, they are ready to rock and roll. You see Jeremy Akins out there, Ryan Howard's out there on the racetrack. Here comes Jeremy Sexton. Jeremy always so fast and always so good here in these dirt street stocks. He'll be looking to try to pick up another checkered flag. Hargraves, he's just down pit side here as he'll get ready to rumble. Jason Calhoun out there in his 17 machine, that Hoosier ride, ready to rumble here today. Philip Sexton, he's out there on the racetrack getting his couple last moments with that Sexton paint and body. Doug House Racing, number 20 ride, the Cocky Floyd Consulting machine, will get ready to Trying to rumble and try to work his way up and into victory lane. The other 20 out there on the racetrack. That beautiful luck and ride right there. A Chad Puderbo, he'll be looking to try to put himself potentially into victory lane here tonight. I know that DWR crew is definitely going to want to try to finish off tonight strong and try to finish off the season strong. So it's going to be fun to see what they're going to be able to do here tonight. It's coming to a close. There we go. Checkered flag is out. The warm-up session has come to a close, and that means we will get ready for our main feature event. Our main about to get underway, and these drivers will get ready to duke it out here this evening from Lucas Oil Speedway. This is going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be an absolutely amazing show here, chat. This is going to be 65 laps of more than likely non-stop racing action. We may see a few caution flags, slow things down a little bit out there on the racetrack, but for the most part, we should be clean and green and really see these drivers come into their own and put on what's going to be an absolutely amazing race for us here today. And we can't wait to see what that's going to look like and how that's going to play out, as there's going to be a lot of fast cats trying to put themselves into that top spot here this evening. Everyone's trying to win the season finale as the 47. Marco's pace will start in that pole position. To his outside in the number 2020, that is Jeremy Sexton, starting in position number 3 in the 57. Ryan, probably one of the best starting positions we've seen out of Jim Revis in a long time, as Jim in that DWR Dirt Panda iRacing iFlag machine, that slinganddirt.com machine, will start in position number 3. To his outside in the 101, that is the Tommy Gun Customs machine of Jacob Sexton, starting in position number 5 in the other 47 machine, that is Mr. Tyler Ryan. To his outside in the 7 ride, that is Jeremy Akins, and then we see the 8 ride, Mr. Nationals himself, Mr. Natty Bound. That is the 8 machine of Mr. Vaughn, starting there in position number 7. To his outside in the 8th position, that is Will Hargreaves in the beautiful Rumpy Graphics Dirt Panda DWR 71 ride. Starting in position number 9 in the 4X, that is Ryan Howard. To his outside, it's Philip Sexton as our top 10. Chad Puderpo, Stephen Burrow, James Ellington, Travis Wilkstorm, Tyrell, Cody Ernest, Will Bridge, Dustin Hennigan, Shane Matthews, Jason Calhoun, our top 20 out there on the Speedway, as we end all the anticipation with our feature presentation. And already we see a couple drivers back of the pack tied together. Around goes the 2 right, no caution flag, as Travis Wickstorm already taking his car down pit side. Let's play this one back and take a look as Wickstorm down on the inside here for the start. It's a great launch here. Definitely on the throttle early, getting a good run down the front straightaway. Just sends it in there, maybe a little too deep. Ends up into tire right there, and then just pushes up the racetrack. Unfortunately, pushes right up into that left rear quarter panel of the number 2 riding for the TNT Racing number 2 of Tyrell. Definitely not a spot you want to be, as he is definitely deep in the field now. You see Cody Ernest struggling there as well. Ty's going to really want to see a caution flag here very soon. Is out in front, it's Marco's pace. Marco's continuing to lead this race. The 47 ride out in front, showing the other Cocky Floyd Consulting ride out there on the racetrack. Teammates out there on the Speedway running 1 and 2, and they are running nose to tail out there on the racetrack. Maybe even giving a little nudge right there. Jeremy definitely may want to try to jump up and take that race lead away from the 47 ride, but right now there's really not a whole lot of pressure coming to their back bumper as Jim Ravis trying to hold on to that 3rd position, but they're almost 3 wide. Down to cross the line is the 47 of Tyler Ryan. That 101 ride right there of Jacob Sexton, poking his nose into that battle, and now here comes Will Hargreaves. Hargreaves right there as well, as the caution flag will fly. Our first yellow flag of the day, and I do believe it is the 53 of Will Bridge. Gonna run into some issues here. Let's take a look back and see what happens here to the 53 machine, as Bridge gonna go for a bit of a ride here, deeper in the field. Take a look back at it. 53 down and out at corner number 4. Gets a little loose right there. Sends it into corner number 1. Just up a little too high there. Goes up and off the banking. Car goes around, and that brings us to the caution flag. It's pointed the wrong direction. Oncoming traffic right there with Tyrell Finn. Then we'll bring out the yellow flag. So tough break right there for Will Bridges. We'll get them all stacked up, racked up, ready to try to go back to green flag racing. We did see Tyrell down pit side here. He was getting his car work done, making sure that any damage there from the opening lap contact did get repaired, and he's able to rejoin and join the tail end of the field, and he'll get ready to go back to battle. He'll get ready to rumble here once again as Marco's pace with the race lead. We'll get ready for a big restart right here. Our top 5 still pretty much the exact same here. Everyone inside the top 5 still in their starting position, so not a whole lot of movement there out of those guys. Even though they've been racing hard, they have been stuck right where they qualified, but it's all the drivers that are back behind them that you really got to keep an eye out for. When you look back here and you see William Hargraves, you see Philip Sexton back here trying to move forward, James Ellington, Dustin Hennigan, a lot of fast cats trying to navigate their way towards the front of the field, as here we go back to green flag racing here at Lucas Oil Speedway as the 47 of Marco's pace quickly back onto the loud pedal. Marcos will lead us back down into corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. He's trying to keep that 2020 ride back there at bay, but door to door down across the line. You can give the race lead that time by to Jeremy Sexton. So Sexton able to jump up, lead that lap, looks to continue to battle door to door with his always fun teammate, that 47 right on Marco's pace. Marcos has found a couple times a trip into victory lane. He's been up inside the top 3 multiple weeks here on the Wednesday night shows. He's won quite a few of our Monday night prelims here, but for that 47 ride, having himself an absolutely amazing race so far. Normally we see Marcos hanging out a little bit deeper mid-pack, kind of just hanging on, and then racing his way up towards the front. Here tonight, qualifying on the pole, getting that good starting position, and now just being able to battle here at the front. Now we just got to try to hang on to it. He's got to try to keep these guys back there at bay, which could be new grounds for that 47 ride here on a Wednesday night show. And Jeremy Sexton trying to take advantage of it. Here comes Jacob Sexton and Will Hargraves. Hargraves able to make a couple moves here. He's worked himself around Jim Revis and Tyler Ryan, so move that 71 up and into position number 4 and looking for more out there on the racetrack. Philip Sexton trying to navigate his way through the 47 and 57 now on the Speedway, hoping that he can work his way inside the top 5 here before we get a potential another caution flag, or before this race gets a little too far out, the leaders pull too far away from him that he may not have time to try to catch back up to him. But the big question is how much are you burning up? How much are you using trying to work yourself through this traffic? How much tire, how much fuel, how much everything your equipment is burning away lap after lap after lap, trying to run faster time, trying to make big moves, trying to put your car into positions that you normally don't want to be in, trying to make these passes. And if you burn your equipment up too quickly out there on the racetrack, your night could be over before it even gets started being up there towards the front of the field. As Marco's pace continues to hold on to the race lead, Jeremy Sexton right there in second, with Jacob Sexton in position number 3 trying to roll that outside lane, as you do see Hargraves working that bottom lane here on the racetrack. Normally we see a lot of drivers just kind of hogging those infield tractor tires, especially throughout the first 20, 30, maybe even 40 laps of a 65 lap feature event here, just trying to make sure they keep these tires underneath them, making sure that they have a little bit of extra something in their back pocket for late in this race. You can really see the 71 ride trying that quite a bit more than what we see out of Marco's pace. Jeremy Sexton and Jacob Sexton, they are definitely on the gas pedal a whole lot more. They are burning up their stuff. They are really working hard out there on the racetrack, as you see Jeremy Sexton again trying to make that move, try to steal the race lead away from Marco's pace. Gonna battle battle strong, though, on the outside lane, and as they do battle door to door, that's bringing Jacob Sexton right into this fight at the front of the field. Some absolutely amazing racing action here this evening is what's good. Tina Sexton, Tina coming in with that heart reaction, and my boy Chris Peters. What is good, Chris? Chris coming in showing the love as well with that like on the stream. How are you, Mr. Peters? Long time no see, my boy. Long time no see, but hey, we appreciate you coming in and showing the love here today. Man, this has been some great racing action, man. These guys have been putting on a great battle. Lots of good, hard, clean racing out there on the Speedway, and everybody trying to navigate their way up towards the front of the field here this afternoon of some absolutely amazing dirt street stock racing. As Marcos Pace trying to hang on to the race lead, it's Jeremy Sexton there in position number 2 that continues the hassle. This 47 ride is a little deeper in the field. Some issues for Jason Calhoun. Looks like he's taking that car off the racetrack. So Calhoun jumps down pit side off the Speedway. No caution flag. We keep it clean and green, and we continue to battle here at the front of the field. And as they continue to battle here, nose to tail up at the front of the pack, they're starting to roll in to some of that lap traffic, which is going to definitely bring a little bit of excitement here. Obviously, lane selection, trying to navigate your way through lap traffic is going to make things that much more intense and interesting here this evening. As Chris Peters says, putting a heart now, bro. I'm doing good. Good, then you hope all is well with you, brother. You know I'm always doing good. I'm always doing fine, my boy, and I'm glad to see you up here in the chat showing the love this evening. And my boy Evan Monaghan as well. Evan also coming in with that like on the stream as well, brother, as I appreciate that. Evan showing the love here tonight as well. Chris, brother, always happy to see you're doing well, man. I always know that I can always see you making posts about some wrestling and everything else, man, and I love seeing them. I love seeing some of those amazing photos and you getting to hang out with the crew and everyone else of some of those amazing shows that they put on, man, and that's absolutely awesome. As we take a look here at Will Bridge gonna run into some more issues here. A little rusty for the 53 ride, roll back out there on the racetrack, and here he comes back up into corner number 1, gets up a little too far over the banking, car gets loose, trying to keep it pointing the right direction, trying to get it down pit side. Our race leader's there right behind him though, so quickly caution flag gets thrown. Not sure what was going to go on with that 53 ride. Did not want our race leaders to run into him or have an issue where it could have really mixed up the running order here today. So a quick caution flag that will put us back under the yellow. That will give us a chance to get all these drivers lined back up and everyone to figure out what they need to do, what they need to try to put themselves up and into victory lane. As we go back to green flag racing, I do believe it'll be 24 laps completed here this evening. Still 41 laps left to go, so still a lot of time, still a lot of laps to make moves and to race your way towards the front of the field here. So that's gonna be the key to success here this evening, man, is just being patient, just taking your time, trying to keep these tires underneath of you, not trying to lose your cool or lose your mind out there on the racetrack and put yourself into a bad position when you don't have to worry about that. You can just keep yourself rolling out there on the Speedway without any issues. As Jonathan Wiley, what's good, Jonathan? What's good, brother? Says peace. Long time no see, brother. How are you, Mr. Wiley? How are you doing? Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful Wednesday. As here we go back to battle here at Lucas Oil Speedway as Marcos Pace, another great restart for that 47 ride. He's trying to hold off a pair of Sextons, but look at him, 2, 3 wide back there behind him. Here comes Hargraves. Hargraves up on the high side here. They're almost 4 wide down through 1 and 2 as they're beating and banging. They're rubbing fenders as the 71 machine trying to get hooked up here, trying to work his way up towards the front of the field. Going to pull door to door there with Jacob Sexton. Sexton trying to stay in that 3rd position, trying to stay glued to the back bumper of that 2020 ride. Right in front of him is, I do believe, his father out there on the racetrack in that 2020 machine as Marcos Pace continues to lead the way. The cocky Floyd Consulting, Sexton Paint and Body, Doghouse Chassis 47 machine. Marco's Pace continues to lead the way. His teammate Jeremy Sexton right there behind him, but now Jeremy sends it over the top, over the banking for the 2020 ride. The 101 follows him, and they both slide backwards. Hargraves now up and into second. He'll say thank you very much, as here comes Philip Sexton. Philip right into the mix. They're 3 wide, as here comes Dustin Hennigan. Hennigan from deep in the field, now inside the top 5 for that number 16 machine. Up 13 positions. Started back in 17th, and now rolls in position number 4, and he continues to look for more out there on the racetrack. As we take a look, Jeremy Sexton all the way back into that 5th position. Tyler Ryan, Jacob Sexton there in 6th and 7th, as here comes Jeremy Vaughn, and here comes Jim Revish trying to battle his way back up towards the top 3 here today. Does the DWR 57 Ryan gets up the left in his back pocket? Can he work his way back towards the front of the field as he looks down low underneath of Vaughn and trying to get underneath of Sexton? A little bit of contact right there. Look out, Tyler Ryan's able to keep it pointing in the right direction, but they're 3 wide. Look out, there goes the 8 ride. Jeremy Vaughn around, but somehow gets straightened back out. He keeps it rolling, and we keep it green flag racing here at Lucas Oil Speedway. No caution flag, unfortunately for Jeremy Vaughn. He loses a couple spots. He'll have to look to try to get those back once again on the racetrack. As we do see, Dustin Hennigan has worked his way around the 20 right of Philip Sexton, now working to the back bumper of William Hargraves. Hargraves, though, he is hunting down Marco's Pace, knowing that there's still a lot of laps left here. Dustin Hennigan says, I got no time to wait. Ain't nobody got time for that. He goes for the slide jump. Great crossover from Hargraves. Hargraves back down to the inside. The 16 up on the high side. Here comes Henny with a big run down the back straightaway. They'll stay door to door as Henny looking to try to work his way to the point here this evening from 17th. Now up and in to position number 2 for the 16 ride. He's looking to move up 16 positions, though. Knows that there's one more spot that he wants to claim here this evening, and that is our top spot out there on the racetrack. But Philip Sexton making some moves himself. The slide jump over the 71 of William Hargraves. Hargraves able to battle back, pulls the trigger on one himself. A little payback, a little retribution down in corner 1 and 2, but the 2020 ride with a great crossover, able to beat him back down into corner number 3. Slides up in front of him. Here comes a big run for Hargraves. Does he stay with him, or does he try to figure out another way to get around him? There you go. He's going to go to the high side. Figures that is the safest play out there on the racetrack. Does not want to get moving around too much, burning up his equipment, as he knows Jeremy Sexton, Jacob Sexton, Jim Revis are all right there working their way into that battle. And unfortunately for Hargraves, he's starting to fall back a little bit here with that 71 run. Does look like a little bit of front left damage on that 71 machine. Is Justin Johnson. What's good, JJ? Justin coming in with that like on the stream. My boy Steve Calvada coming in with that thumbs up here on the broadcast as well. How are you, Steve? How are you, Justin? Hopefully you guys are having yourselves a wonderful Wednesday night, enjoying some great racing action as Marco's Pace out in front. Marcos has that race lead, continuing to show the way here this evening as Dustin Hennigan trying to hunt him down. Philip Sexton back up into 3rd as Hargraves trying to hang on to position number 4. Jeremy Sexton there in 5th with Jacob Sexton and Jim Revis rounding out our top 7. Tyler Ryan there in 8th, and Ty Ralph in his TNT Racing number 2 machine rolls there in position number 9 as we do see the caution flag coming back out, and it's Will Bridge. 3rd caution flag, 3rd issue here for Will Bridge. I do believe that is probably going to give him the end here tonight. It looks like he's going to run into issues again down through corner number 1. So let's play it back here. Gets up over the banking there in corner number 1 and 2. Able to hang on to it. Keeps it rolling. Gets up into the outside fence. Here comes our race leaders putting him a lap down. And he just stays up out of their way. Maybe a little right front damage. Up into the fence again. And as he continues to roll, just comes to a stop here on the exit of corner number 4. And that will put us under the yellow flag once again this evening. So You do see that car disappear off the racetrack, so that does mean that Will Bridge is now gone. He is off the Speedway after bringing out his third caution flag here this evening and really mixing up this race, man. This is going to make things very, very interesting as we get only a, 20 laps, 25 laps left to go here in this one. It's going to be a crazy finish to the end of this race as my boy Justin Motherfluffin Johnson. What in the world? Justin coming in, setting it off here in this one. Says, what's good, beast? Let's go TNT. Cheering on all the TNT boys here this evening. What is good, Justin? How are you, brother? Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful day as he comes in with the big D of the day, the 310-star donation over there on Facebook, brother. I appreciate that. Showing the big love here in this one. As ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you came here for a show. Well, here you go. For what could be potentially our final restart here of the series. The Circle Track Showdown presented to you by the Dirt Warrior Racing League quickly coming to a close as a great restart down low. And for all of the Sexton paint and body rides, the Doghouse chassis machines lined up down on the inside, they get a great launch. Unfortunately, they catch Dustin Hannigan sleeping there a little bit. And he slides back into that third position as that's going to open up the door now for Philip Sexton to go after the 47 of Marco's pace for the race lead. But here comes Hennigan. Says, I am not done yet. I am going to continue to battle for the race lead here this evening as he continues to poke his nose right into the middle of that battle here at the front of the field. Marco's up on the high side. Will keep the race lead. Philip Sexton stays in second as that number 16 rolls the outside lane looking for a big run down the back straightaway, and he's going to find it. Where does he go? He's got nowhere to go. He tries to squeeze into the middle, has no opportunity and nowhere to try to slide that 16 right into. As here comes the 2020 Jeremy Sexton poking his nose right back into that battle, as we do see William Hargraves trying to hold on to position number 5. Him and his DWR teammate, the iRacing I flag, Dirt Panda 57 rider Jim Revis poking his nose back into this fight. Jim started up in position number 3 here this evening, quickly fell back outside the top 10, kind of rolled back there for a little while, saving some equipment, saving some tires for late in this race, and now here he is trying to work his way back inside the top 5. Tyler Ryan right there. Ty Ralph as well into this hunt at the front here this evening as Jacob Saxon trying to hold on to the top 10 as he's got Ty Ralph and Jeremy Vaughn right there with him, but there's contact. Look out. Around goes Hargraves. Around goes Philip Sexton. Caution flag back on the racetrack. Heavy damage from the DWR 71 ride, and I do believe heavy contact for Jeremy Sexton as well. Let's take a look back here and see what happens. Jeremy rolling that middle lane, and it looks like, I'm not sure if he gets a little help in hand here, but Jeremy able to work his way back up into second, and then Philip Sexton gets a piece of him right there. That's what starts this. Nowhere to go for Stephen Burrow. Nowhere to go for the 2 ride of Ty Ralph. A pair of TNT racing rides get collected here in this one. But you watch the 20 ride get into the 2020. That is brothers out there on the racetrack. Philip Sexton gets into the back end of Jeremy Sexton. Knocks him loose right there. There's that contact. Around goes the rear end of the 2020 ride. Nowhere to go here for Hargraves. You see Hargraves trying to spin that car out. He's virtually sideways as he ends up making contact there with the 2020 trying to get checked up. Unfortunately, Ty Ralph, Stephen Burrow, a lot of these drivers, not enough time to really get checked up or trying to avoid any of that major contact. You do see Chad Puderbo getting some pretty good damage into that, as well as the 20 ride of Philip Sexton pushes up the track into the 16 of Dustin Hennigan. He goes around, ends up into the 57 of Jim Revis. Hopefully not too much damage to the front end of Revis's ride or Philip's ride there, as well as that is definitely going to be table talk here for the next family dinner at the Sextons as they get tied together, and that really mixes up this race as you see Hargraves back there. You see Philip Sexton back there. Does look like Jeremy Sexton deeper in the field now as well. So that's really going to mix things up as Marcos Pace with another great jump as we go back to battle here this evening. Marcos out in front. It's Hennigan there in second and now back into third. It's the 57 of Jim Revis. Revis there in that third position. What does he have left in the tank? Can he make some moves? Can we see the grumpy old man himself put himself up and into victory lane here this evening? We always love having Jim up here into the broadcast booth post race, so hopefully we can see that DWRL and get a solid finish here this evening and kind of round out our top three at the minimum here and get him back up here into the booth. But man, he's gonna have his work cut out for him as here comes Tyler Ryan, here comes Jacob Sexton, Jeremy Vaughn right there just on the outside of the top five looking in. Chad Puderbo back in seventh with Jeremy Sexton working his way back into that eighth position. Ryan Howard, Shane Matthews are top 10 here on the Speedway. Philip Sexton, William Hargraves, James Ellington in the 33 ride, his TNT racing machine. We haven't seen much out of this 33 all night long. Is he still got something left in the tank? Can he make some late race charges back up towards the front of the field? Ty Ralph, Jeremy Aiken, Stephen Barreau rounding out our top 16 here on the Speedway is out in front, leading the way. It's Marcos Panks, and Marcos starting to run away with this one, man. This 47 been hooked up here all night long as Derek Wright says, let's go 47, says Cocky Floyd Consulting. Yes, Sirski, you know it, brother. And KC says, let's go Chad. Cheered on Chad out there on the racetrack as Chad trying to work his way up and through the field, sits there in that 7th position, but starting to reel in that 8 and 47 ride. That is the battle for the top 5 right now as Jeremy Vaughn trying to take it away from Tyler Ryan, and you see Puderbo and that 2020 of Jeremy Sexton both poking their nose into that battle. Is out in front, Marcos Pace able to hang on to the race lead. Hennigan stays in second as he holds off the hard charge there from Jim Revis. Revis will stay in position number 3 as of now, but we still have 10 laps left to go. 10 more laps of racing action here this evening as each and every one of these drivers all trying to hunt down that number 47 ride as Marcos Pace with the race lead as Nick Lindsay. What's good, Nicholas? Says that fella in first can wield that car. Yes, he can. Marcos Pace all the way from Australia here this evening. The land down under, and he ain't underneath anybody here tonight. He is out in front. He's on top of the world as he continues to lead the way, but he knows that Dustin Hennigan right there behind him is no slouch himself, and he will be there at the end. He's just waiting patiently here, biding his time, trying to find a different lane, trying to find a different groove, but we know he is no slouch when it comes to making some big wild moves out there on the racetrack. As he continues to move around, here comes Jim Revis. They're trying to hunt down that 47 ride. Marco's got to hope that he's got enough tire left in his back pocket that he can hold these guys off for the final 8 laps or so of this race, try to keep them back there at bay as the laps continue to click down nice and easy down through corner number 3 and 4, back down across the line. 59 laps down, 6 laps left to go here tonight. Marcos Pace has the race lead. Hennigan there in second. Revis, Jacob Sexton, Tyler Ryan are top 5. Jeremy Vaughn and Jeremy Aiken or Sexton back there in 6th and 7th. Chad Puderbo back in 8th, trying to hold on to it as here comes Philip Sexton down to his inside. The 2 ride of Ty Ralph trying to move back inside the top 10 here as he's got Ryan Howard working to his outside. Will Hargraves there in position number 12 with James Ellington, Shane Matthews, Jeremy Aikens, and Stephen Barreau rounding out our field. 16 drivers left out there on the racetrack is down across the line. It's only 4 laps left to go here for the 47. Running out of time here for Hennigan to try to make a move. Can he find that late race speed that he's been looking for to try to work himself to the front of the field as Marcos Pace has definitely been the pace car here tonight. Nick Lindsay definitely a good one right there as he has definitely been the pace car. He's been out in front showing these drivers how to navigate Lucas Oil Speedway here this evening. And down through corner 3 and out of corner number 4. 2 laps left to go for Marcos Pace as Marcos looks to try to capture tonight's victory. 3. Hennigan, Revis in tow. They have separated themselves from the rest of the field. It is down to these 3, but really it is down to Hennigan, and if he's able to find a big run on our final lap as the white flag has been displayed. The next flag will end this race no matter what. Whether it's the checker flag or the caution flag, we will end it right here. One more shot, one more chance for Dustin Hennigan down low. Slide jump, can't pull the trigger as Marco's Pace will pick up the Circle Track Showdown season finale win here this evening from Lucas Oil Speedway. It's Marco's Pace who picks up the checkered flag here this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up here as Marcos picks up the top spot. We'll get ready to celebrate. We'll get ready to party hard here this evening as Marcos able to pick up the win. We'll get ready to celebrate here this evening. Dustin Hennigan coming home in second. It is the 57 of Jim Ramis coming home in position number 3. Don't go anywhere as we'll get ready to pull our top 3 up and into the booth for some post-race interviews. Post-race interviews coming up next, man. And these guys are going to be pumped. Obviously, big race, final race. Now we get to look to the future here. The new series that's starting in 2 weeks' time. For these drivers to know that there's going to be points on the line now. There's going to be a little bit of money on the line. A lot of bragging rights. And a lot of fierce competition. Every Wednesday night from here on out is definitely going to be that much more intense. And for Marcos to be able to come out here and put on a race like he just did is going to be a lot of fun as we'll get ready to trying to bring him up here. Let's see if they're in the Discord. Let's get him up here into the booth. There he is right there. Let's bring Marcos up here into the broadcast booth. Hey Marcos, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
Yeah, you got me.
Marcos, brother, what a run, what a race. 65 laps of virtually being out in front the entire time. You had a lot of different drivers, a lot of different fast cats trying to figure out a way to get around you here this evening, but you're able to hold them all off and put that 47 right up here into victory lane for our season finale in the DWRL Circle Track Showdown. Man, take us back through this one and what's going through the mind right now as you're able to capture victory as the dust settles. You're at Lucas Oil.
Yeah, really stoked to get this one tonight. Always good to get a Wednesday night win. So really glad to get this one and it being the finale as well. So, in my opinion, I was actually talking to the boys before we ran the Monday test and tune, and I said to them, look, this is my worst track. I feel like I just don't know the lines late in the race. I just don't understand this track. But I don't know. Through Monday, I finished second behind Jeremy, and to finish on top tonight, I was actually surprised myself a little bit. So yeah, but early on, just actually did a really good qualifying lap. Really happy with my qualifying lap. So that started off well, and then yeah, early in the race, me and Jeremy were going at it. Man, that was fun. I bet you had fun. With the broadcast and commentating that, because man, we were having some fun those first 15-20 laps, and then I think Jeremy ended up getting wrecked, or I can't remember what happened, but then I had a few good battles with Philip there in the middle of the race, and then yeah, just had that last green flag run to the finish where I was able to just run away, and Dustin was catching me, but luckily, I had built up a big enough lead to hold him out. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Having that lead and being able to hold off Jeremy for so many laps there. Yeah, you guys fought furiously there, lap after lap after lap, trading some paint here and there, a little bit of rubbing his racing out there on the racetrack. And man, that was a lot of fun until obviously we saw issues there. We saw Philip actually get into the back end of Jeremy. That probably caused a little bit of controversy there at the Sexton dinner table later here in this year. But I mean, no points on the line, no really anything except for bragging rights and pride out there on the racetrack. So Obviously, being able to come out here, put on a great show like that, and being able to have some great fun on a Wednesday night is always good. It's always fun, but now you get to look forward to the future here. Obviously, new series starting up in a couple weeks where we are going to be having points. We are going to be having, a little bit of money and everything else on the line. It kind of brings the program to a whole new level now, and obviously having a great finish here tonight, giving yourself that momentum and everything else, has you kind of be feeling pretty good heading into our first race here of the new series.
Yeah, no, it's always good to end the season on a high. So really glad to get this one tonight. Um, I'm in. I'm actually really interested in the heat races that we got with the pill draw for the league. So I bet that'll be fun. It'll spice things up a bit. Like it won't allow the same guy to be on the front row of the feature every race, which is really good. A really good idea by Jim. And yeah, really excited for the league. So hopefully with it being a little bit more intense, I would say. I would hope everyone keeps the racing to the same level it is when nothing's on the line, but I know some people might get a little bit more aggressive when there's a little bit more up for grabs, but man, I'm so thankful for Jim and what he does for us and putting 2 races on a week for us. Like it's so good. It's taught me so much and it's made me such a better driver. So to all those people that run with us every single DWR night, it will make you a better driver, and it's always good to see you out here on the track.
Absolutely, brother. As we've continued to see the progress of obviously the sections getting better, and now yourself as well running leading laps. And normally, we talked about it earlier in this race. Normally, you don't qualify as well. You're usually kind of hanging out mid-pack or a little bit closer to the rear, kind of just saving and conserving for a little while out there on the speedway. Then later in the race, all of a sudden you storm your way up here to a good solid top 10, top 5 finish, and a few times up here into the top 3 and up into the broadcast booth. But here tonight, you qualify on the pole. You're able to start out in front. It almost seemed like it was almost new ground for you there, trying to hold off guys for so long out there on the speedway and just trying to keep yourself at the front of the field and be that car to be able to virtually lead us from the green flag to the checkered flag.
Yeah, absolutely. I used to use the tactic of tire saving and just hanging around and doing my own thing, but recently I've just had that change of mindset where you just got to go and have the track position because track position is so important. Like it's almost as important as tire saving depending on the track that you're at. So track position means a lot. So to get the pole and then just continue to lead. I think it was every lap. No, wouldn't have been me and Jeremy and had a few good battles, but to maintain that track position and just be the leader of the race really helps. But yeah, normally I get out qualified by Jeremy, so it was good to out qualify him once tonight. But he is a super qualifier and he's always up there on the front 2 rows. So yeah, nice to beat him tonight, and yeah, a little bit unfortunate, but we did have a really good battle going, and yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Marcos, tonight you were the pace car that nobody could catch out there on the racetrack as you're able to put yourself up here into victory lane for our season finale. Marcos, who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong performance out there on the speedway?
I'd just like to thank my boys in the kennel. Jeremy is amazing. Love him so much. Philip, Jacob's just come back this week, so it's good to have Jacob back. Derek Rice, Stephen Stokes, Seth Castle, all those guys in the kennel. We got such a great group of guys in our circle, so really love them all. And you for the broadcasting, always broadcasting us every Wednesday without fault. So big thumbs up to you and your continued support with us. So thank you for doing that, and looking forward to seeing you again in the league. So thank you for doing that. And yeah, obviously Jim and everyone at DWR that puts us on every week and allows us a place to race. It's so good to be able to do this every week with the caliber of drivers that we got. So it's really good.
Absolutely, brother. Always a great show, always a great time, man. And we can't wait to see you guys back in action here in a couple weeks' time. And hopefully, we'll see this 47 ride right back up here into the broadcast booth.
I hope so. Hopefully, I can get up. Victories will be difficult to come by, but if I can manage some top threes, they're they're always smiles. So yeah, hopefully I can see you up in here in the booth a bit more.
Absolutely, brother. It's always fun to have you up here in the booth. Marcos, congrats again on the win here tonight, and we can't wait to see you back in action in 2 weeks' time.
Sounds good. Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up for Marcos Paces. Marcos comes home with the win here this evening in our Circle Track Showdown season finale. As JC Floyd says, what a GOAT. Definitely the GOAT right there here at Lucas Oil Speedway tonight, man. Qualified on the pole, pretty much led every lap here this evening. Virtually the reflection of perfection out there for Marcos Pace as he captures tonight's victory. The pace car that could not be caught here today. As Steven Stokes says, congrats Marcos Pace. Heck of a run there for Marcos, man. As let's get ready to pull in our second place driver, Dustin Hennigan. Henny coming home in position number 2. Let's bring him up here into the booth. Hey Dustin, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. They get a copy?
Yes, sir.
Dustin, man, another great run, another great race here for you, man. You were able to navigate your way up 15 positions from where you started earlier today, but unfortunately could not get that one extra spot to match your number. Trying to move up 16 spots from 17th to 1st was the goal, but you come up just one spot shy, man. But man, you are putting on some great moves, some great racing there. Just looked like at the end you just quite didn't have enough left in the tank there to be able to catch up and make a big move, trying to throw one of those massive sliders on Marcos Pace to try to steal this win away from him here this evening, man. Take us back through it. What's going through your mind right now as the dust settles here at Lucas Oil?
Yeah, qualifying we were horrible. I think we should have loaded up then. We're pretty far back, and then in the feature, I was just gonna push hard and hard. First, I was just rolling the bottom around everybody and kind of helped my tire. And then once I got to the top, I started driving harder. Uh, I got up to second, was catching Marcos, and I don't think I needed a couple yellows. But I really don't know how much tire he has left, but mine was pretty wore out. And I was going to throw the slider, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to clear it, so I just try to stick it in the middle and see if it would stick.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to figure out a different way around the racetrack, trying to find that extra grip that you were looking for there late in the race. As Marco's just kind of rolling that, either slide job lane or the high side there through 3 and 4. Just seemed like he was always able to just kind of be virtually the same speed as you were every lap out there on the racetrack. So you really weren't gaining anything, but you really weren't losing anything. Do you think maybe a late race caution flag may have changed your fortunes here? Maybe getting back to his outside for another restart or to his back bumper could have set you up for a late race move?
Yeah, those last couple of laps, I was just moving around trying to find different lines, and I actually went back up to the top and 1 and 2 and started getting good runs. 3 and 4, I was just trying all different stuff. I would go faster, maybe a tenth or two, one lap, and then the next lap I would lose it just because of the momentum. But I wish I had a caution, maybe try the high side again.
Yeah, absolutely. Another shot could have opened up the door for you, but you have to settle in for second place here this evening. Still an absolutely incredible drive from you here tonight, Dustin. Coming up 15 positions from 17th to 2nd to come home here this evening in the second position on the racetrack, man. Is a hell of a drive for you with this caliber of drivers out there on the racetrack, man. As you come home in second, who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong performance out there on the Speedway?
Everybody at TNL keep getting faster and faster. You put broadcasting this and Jim and all of them for putting on the league.
Absolutely, Dustin. Well, hopefully we get you back out here for a new series coming in a couple weeks where there's going to be points and money and bragging rights and the whole 9 yards on the line. Definitely a little bit more intensity there, and hopefully we'll have you in attendance and making your way right back up here into the broadcast booth throughout the next series.
Yes, sir, we're gonna try to win the points. I'll miss the first week. I got a big modified race, but after that, we'll try to make every show.
Absolutely, brother. Well, good luck in that. We can't wait to see you back out on the racetrack in a couple weeks from now.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for Dustin Hannigan as Hanny comes home in position number 2 here this evening. What's good, Mr. Rodney Stewart? Rodney, I did see your comments, brother. Sorry I did not get to them right away, but always good to see you in the chat, man. Always good to see you in here. He says they are not catching him. They did not catch him, that is for certain. They did not catch him. As Jimmy J.C. Coker Jr. says that was a good race. That was definitely a good race. Some great racing out there, man, as Derek Rice says, hell of a drive, Marcos. Hell of a drive there for Mr. Pinks picking up the checkered flag here this evening. Mama Schuller, Vicky Schuller in the chat as well over there on YouTube, cheering on chat. Pooterbo as well. How are you, Mama Schuller? Hopefully you had yourself a wonderful day and hopefully enjoyed some great racing here as we get ready to pull in our third place driver, the DWR JRE Dirt Panda iRacing iFlag number 57, the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend, Jim Revis coming home in position number 3. Let's pull Jim up here into the booth. Hey Jim, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. Did you get a copy?
Well, you know, Peace, I found a bone again.
You did find another bone out there, brother, as you're able to work yourself up and into position number 3, man. Take us back through this one. Obviously qualifying up there in 30, hung out there for a little while, then you kind of fell back a bit. Was that just by design, trying to save a little bit of tire, trying to give yourself a little bit of an extra edge late in this race that we were able to see you kind of navigate your way back through these guys and put yourself here into that 3rd position?
Well, first I was kind of shocked that I got 3rd on qualifying, so that kind of excited me a little bit. Well, then we took off, and me and Jeremy kind of bumped going into turn 1 there, and stayed with him for a little while, and just thought, you know, I'm just going to slack back, fall back into the group, you know, top 5, top 6, kind of stay around in there, and hugged the bottom, went up top once, and didn't like it, so I just stayed on the bottom, and then, you know, just with the events that unfolded, ended up where I was at again, and then there at the last, turned my mirror on, and looked, and it looked like the top 3 had a pretty good gap on the rest of the field. So I'm pretty happy with it. I was able to keep up with the guys that now I consider super fast guys, and with this being the season finale, dude, I can't ask for anything any better.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of good, hard, clean racing out there. A few caution flags, but nothing too major or too crazy out there. Obviously, we saw it shake up a little bit there late in the race, and we saw you end up actually getting a little bit of damage out of that. Do you think that maybe it slowed you down a little bit? We saw you afterwards trying to battle and trying to take that 2nd spot away from Dustin Hannigan. Do you think if maybe you didn't get that little bit of contact, that might have made the difference or helped you potentially move up again into position number 2 on the racetrack?
It could have. I don't know. Dustin was pretty set in his lines with that, pulling that slider. And I don't know if it would or not. I know I had a little bit of front end damage, and I know the spotter came on and said that I had wheel damage, but it might have, it might not have. Hell, I'm just happy to be up here finishing 3rd, being up here able to talk to you twice in a season now instead of 0 times in a season. So like I said, I'm just elated to get 3rd spot with this group of drivers and everything. Good to see some more drivers that come out. Glad to see Jacob show up for a race, and seeing Will in here. I think Will might have been the cause of 2 or 3 of the 4 cautions we only had. So yeah, what can you say about that? 4 cautions all night, 65 laps. Hey, that there speaks for these drivers out here.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely, and obviously Will, he's been away from the sim for a little while, so unfortunately for him, trying to knock that rust off, ran into a couple issues, and as he said, yeah, brought out 3 of those yellow flags out of the 4, so really, when you take a big look at the grand scheme of things, only 1 yellow flag through 65 laps for all these drivers, even as we wrap them back together and we get stacked up for the Willbridge cautions, that just brings the opportunity for more cautions to breed cautions out there, and we didn't really see that here tonight. A lot of good, hard respectful racing, and that's what we always love to see out of these drivers each and every single Wednesday night. And that's the big question mark when we come into the next season. Obviously, points on the line and everything else. That brings that next level of intensity here to the show. I know you usually got a good rep on these drivers to keep them under control, but you never know how every driver is going to be when it comes to that aggressive level each and every single night of the week.
Right. Well, with the show moving to Wednesdays and going back to the league and everything, the guys that's in there now, some of them have been there since the league first started back in 2018, and some of them are new. But every one of them has been handpicked by DWR themselves on their driving style, the way they conduct themselves. That it's just a great group of guys. So if you thought tonight was good, wait till we get to the league sessions because in there you're going to have some of the best drivers running that series for points. So hopefully they play nice with the points and we have a good season. I've been working on a few sponsors uh, out and about. Sent email messages back and forth. So hopefully we might be able to get some prizes for the winners of each race. Do got you coming back for a 12-week broadcast this time. So you got your work cut out for you there, buddy.
Hey,
And
brother.
then we do got a sponsor for the end of the season. Uh, Top five in points will receive a 2x3 banner to go in their garage, on their wall, wherever. And depending on what other sponsors we get, there might be more added to it. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to starting this back up in the league. And of course, we're going to keep Monday nights open, non broadcasted for the community. So they can run with these guys, get faster, and kind of a recruitment type thing for us. But all in all, for this season of the Circle Track Shootout, Aaron, it, it's a great season. I mean, we've had our ups, our downs, our stumbling blocks and everything, track trying to figure those out, arguments, bickers, whatever you want to say, you're gonna have at any race. But for the most part, dude, it's all on these guys that show up and race. I do very little except for the penalties to try to keep everybody in line and everybody on friendly terms and racing. And the guys themselves are the ones that put on this show. They're the ones that chooses whether to make it look bad or look good. And I think we've gotten rid of a lot of the bag eggs and got the good guys in for Wednesday night. So, we'll see what happens and go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure it's going to be another absolutely amazing series, another amazing shows by all of you guys. Always such good racing. Always so much fun to be up here in the booth, then to be able to watch you guys duke it out. And obviously, it's that much better when we get to see you right there in the thick of things, battling, racing your way around some of these drivers and through some of these fast cats and work yourself up here onto the podium. As Jim, you're able to finish off the night in that third position again here this evening, man. Who would you like to thank again for another amazing race here tonight, but also amazing race and series all season long here for the Circle Track Showdown?
Okay, well, I didn't have a list the last time I was up here. I ain't got a list this time either. So, off my banner, first and foremost, I got to thank Peacemaker Gaming. I got to thank you, man, for sticking with us, doing all you do, and broadcasting races, keeping everybody on the edge of their seat and into the stream, watching it and cheering us all on. Grumpy Graphics does all the banners and everything. All my guys at DWR, best guys to have for a team. I know I'll have arguments out there. Or somebody else got the best team, but in my eyes, my DWR guys are the best there is. Uh, Hats off to uh, Doghouse Racing for sponsorship. They helped sponsor this Circle Track Series this season. So big hats off to them. They try to help out, do what they can, give back to the community, so everybody has fun. Tim Taylor and his team over at TNT Racing, another sponsor that sponsored the series. Can't speak enough about Tim. He's been on the sim almost as long as me, and when he's in here, I feel privileged because I'm not the old man. So with that being said, Tim, missed you tonight. I was hoping you'd be out here for the finale. Uh, Dirt Panda, as you know, Tim or William and Dirt Panda. Uh, I don't want to say they disappeared, but they kind of got put themselves on the back shelf. So we brought William in with us, and he's he's a DWR guy, but at heart he's Dirt Panda. So I gotta give a shout out to Billy and Blake and all the Dirt Panda guys. Um, Sorry I'm taking so long, man, but
You're
this
good.
here, with this being the finale, uh, Jackie and his wife over at 304 Roots, another monetary donation from them to help with the broadcast server fees, helps all, whatever they can do to help out, they do. Um, Team BCR Sim Products, Brian Taft, same thing. Donations coming in, helps out, uh, what he can do. He's already donated for the uh, Wednesday night street fights. Always got to give a shout out to my bud from back in the day who taught me how to do all this graphics work and everything is Marcus Mackey over at slingingdirt.com and Adam over there. Got to give a big shout out to them. My main sponsor, can't forget Jeff over at iRacing iFlag. He's been with me since I've started this, and we've been with him. So uh, it's a great team effort with them guys. And Viv's Retail Liquor. I've been putting Viv's on our broadcast and on our banners and everything. One, because of Dirt Panda, and two, she's always in here cheering DWR on, Dirt Panda on, whoever. Gotta give a shout out to Mama Schuler Promotions for being in here. That's Chad's mom. And also to Schuler Chassis, which is Chad. Chad's dad's chassis shop back in the day. So, other than that, man, I think that's about it. But I hope I didn't wear your ear out on there.
No, you're good, brother. It's always good to have you up here and, talking about, what's to come for the future of the league and, your night out there on the racetrack after having a great run, another great race and perking yourself up here into the podium, Jim. Congrats on the, another successful season. Congrats on another successful race for yourself. And, hopefully we'll get you up here in the booth maybe a couple times throughout the new season as well.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. And one more thing, like I said, Wednesday night street fights, uh, invite only league guys. So if you're not in it, sorry, show up on Mondays. Maybe we can get you in there for next season, whatever. But it starts September 17th at 7 p.m. Central. League sessions only. The only way you will be able to watch it will be on the broadcast because it is shut off to outside viewers if you're not in the league. So you're gonna have to tune in to Peacemaker McGaming if you want to watch it. And other than that, oh, and if you feel like making a donation to DWR for prizes, server fees, broadcasting fees, whatever, track sponsor, just whatever is unlimited. Get up with me or send something in Discord. We got a Discord link in there for donations. It's all up to you. Your imagination's what you want to sponsor. So, uh, other than that, Aaron, appreciate everything, buddy. And we will see you in 2 weeks on the 17th.
Yes, sir. 2 weeks. We get a week off and then right back into the action,
Yep.
man. We can't wait to see what all these drivers and yourself have in store for us and the fun that's going to be had here for the new series, man. Congrats, though, on the
Now,
great run tonight, Jim.
now we do got a practice server going up next Wednesday in league format. If you're bored, you want to show up, fine. If not, no big deal. But it's just doing a kind of a test and tune for Wednesday or that Wednesday for the following Wednesday on the heat racing server format, pill draw. Try to make sure I got all my ducks in a row. When you're this old, it's kind of hard to keep them in line.
Yeah, there might be a stray duck here and there, but
Yeah, there's
listen,
stray duck
brother,
here and there.
we'll see how I'm feeling. If I'm feeling up to it, then maybe I'll hop on and give her a run
Yeah,
and just see
you
what
don't
it feels
hop
like.
on. Don't even run a broadcast. Hop on, jump in a car, and come out here because you're in the league.
Yeah. Hey, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I haven't plugged my steering
Or
wheel in about 3 years.
or
so-
there you go. Broadcast in the car.
There we go. Maybe. Maybe. All right, mister.
All righty, Air.
Enjoy the rest of your night, and congrats again on the 3rd place run, Jim.
You too. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our 3rd place finisher, Jim Rivas. Rivas coming home there in position number 3 here this evening, man. Heck of a run, heck of a drive there for the 57 ride, that DWRL Racing I-Flag machine. Having a hell of a run here this evening. We can't wait for all these drivers and all these all these cats to go back to battle here. When the new season gets started in 2 weeks' time, man, it's going to be a lot of fun. Going to be some intense and fantastic racing action here on Wednesday nights for a 12-week series. Going to be a lot of fun. Going to be some intense racing. Obviously, we're going to see some crazy heat races with the pill draw style of heat races. And everything else going to be for a great show and some great Wednesday night action here on Peacemaker Gaming. And if you guys want to, be able to watch it, be able to tune in, make sure you guys hit that bell notification. That way you never miss it when we go Green Flag Racing here on Peacemaker Gaming. Hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button over on Facebook and Twitch. Subscribe over there on YouTube. And make sure you guys get ready for an absolutely amazing series. And we'll be back up here in the broadcast booth again tomorrow night, as well as our Thursday night show. We'll be back in action tomorrow evening, right around 9 o'clock Eastern Time. We'll be back live up here in the broadcast booth, and we can't wait to put on another great show for all of you guys, and hopefully see all of you back up here in the grandstands cheering those drivers on. But thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace and love, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night.
Engines rumble, a primal roar, putting us to the test. Helmets on, we're all strapped in, trying to do our best. From the bleachers, cheering loud, a father and his child. Every driver, heart aflame, and adrenaline runs wild. It's the circle track showdown on the dusty, dry, slick ground. 4 wide, side by side, with glory to be found. Hammer down, around we go, looking for more speed. This ain't no asphalt ballet, and nothing's guaranteed. Cars running on the high side, looking for more grip, drifting sideways and holding tight, trying not to flip. Rubbing fenders, bumping doors, ain't no time for doubt. Pushing hard past the limit, we're truly going all out. It's the circle track showdown on the dusty, dry, slick ground. 4 wide, side by side, with glory to be found. Hammer down, around we go, looking for more speed. This ain't no asphalt ballet, and nothing's guaranteed. One last lap, the checkered flag flapping in the breeze. Heart is pounding, mud is flying, bringing us to our knees. Cross the